So I'm playing Gran Turismo Sport here on the PS5. I do not have the latest Gran Turismo. I don't play that many racing games, but as you could see from the title, I have no arms. But I'm playing on a traditional PS5 controller, and I've got the stylus in my mouth. And this is the control layout that I'm using. You can see here the buttons have kind of been remapped to make it more accessible. So that's the setup that I'm going with while we play GT Sport. So I haven't played Gran Turismo for a while, but I used to like the Laguna Seca raceway, and we'll probably be driving the GT3. So I do have my license in real life. In New Zealand, the legal age to get your license is 16. So what happened was when I turned 16, I went to apply for my license, and the process that you go through for that is all theory. It's all done on a computer. By the way, just down the bottom left, you can see that's me playing with my shoulder and a stylus. So I passed the theory test, and after that I was like, okay, now I need a car to drive, because otherwise, obviously, have you seen the interior of a car? Yeah. I would be doing some Mr. Bean shit with like the rocking chair on the roof and then like a broomstick going down, and yeah. So I contacted this company which said, we do set up vehicles for people with, I don't know if it's just people without limbs, but anyway, that's all I needed it for. They probably do other stuff. So you pay for the car, and then they will measure you up, sort of like a tailor, except very different to a tailor, almost nothing like it actually. They'll measure you up and stuff, and then they'll give you the vehicle in such a way that it's equipped for you to drive. So that was the plan, and holy shit, sorry, fuck, that was a good corner. I'm sorry, I haven't done this track I haven't played this game for a while, so I'm just stoked with that. So I reached out to them, and they said, yeah, cool, send us your measurements. And I was like, well, I don't have limbs, so everything's small. Or not everything's small. No, the arms and legs part is small. I thought there was a guy next to me there. Anyway, holy shit, sorry, I was using my shoulder to look around. So they were like, okay, cool, you do not have arms, we can make that work. And I was like, let's do it, let's measure me up. So they did this. They took all my dimensions, how tall I am, and of course I've got this shoulder out to my left, which is pretty dope. And they were like, okay, cool, we have now got a van, just like a demo van, like an example van. It wasn't one that I could buy off them, but we've now hooked it up so you'll be able to enter, get behind the wheel, except there's no wheel. Get behind the joystick. I don't remember what they said. They probably didn't say behind the wheel. But they said it'll be like a joystick that is hardwired, or I'm not a mechanic, okay, but it's designed in such a way that when the car turns left or right, fucked up, fucking hell, that's a hard corner. That's why I was so happy the first time I got it right. It's a really difficult corner. But they said we will set up the joystick to be able to sway left when the car's G-forces make it sway left, and sway right when the car is swaying to the right, because otherwise, of course, you're going to lean while the car takes corners, and you're going to lose control of the joystick and plow into something, and it could be like a guy crossing the road. Worst case scenario. Actually, worst case scenario would be like lots of guys crossing the road. But there's even worse still. But so they said, it's all good, come down, and so I did. I actually flew in an aeroplane. I didn't fly the plane, I was in it. Someone else was flying, he was a pilot. It was just a normal plane, you know how they work, I presume so. And they gave me the van, they gave me a ride in it. I drove it, sorry, they didn't give me a ride. They got me in it, and then they said, go, son, Red Bull gives you wings. They didn't say that exactly, but I drove around the car park, it was sick. And of course, I had my license at this stage, so it was great. And Then they said, well, look, come back to our office and we'll negotiate a price. And the way they did that was you buy the vehicle for whatever price any vehicle costs, and then you pay extra. I kind of fucked up that corner. I used to know these lines better. Honestly, I used to know this track like the back of my hand. Well, you get the picture. So long story short, they said, well, it's going to cost like 330 grand. And the government was like, we don't give a fuck, so we're not going to do shit. And for a bit, I was pissed off, but then eventually I was like, hey, that's cool, because now I don't have to be the sober driver, ever. You know what I'm saying? So, silver lining.